Oh, that's not very nice. Well, I mean, you get good and, you know, bad everywhere, don't you? I guess it's the way it is. Well, it's very slow moving traffic, so I wonder if he wants to actually say anything to me. That's the best way, isn't it? If you want to convey any message, is actually say it to them in person rather than... Hi, how you doing? I don't know, middle fingers are rude in other countries, but I don't know. He didn't want to look at me there because he's actually stationary, sitting still in traffic. But no, he was a local. Oh, there's our friend again. You could get 20 really nice people interact with you throughout the day, and it only takes one negative interaction, no matter how small it is, just one very, very small, like a nothing thing really, right? And then it just it almost like cancels out those previous immediate, like really good positive interactions you had with those previous people. I was just walking along innocently, well, unprovokingly, having an insult hurled at them. It's quite disappointing. It really is. Hello, hello, and thank you for tuning in to my channel. So it's Saturday morning, just after 7 AM, and I am on my way to my second from last physio appointment. So the penultimate, and just trying to get my back and everything and my neck just feeling better, just lessen the pressure, the pain that I've been going through has really prevented me from doing a lot and getting out, although I'm trying the best that I can. So I'm hoping, well, certainly after today's session, at the moment I seem to be having a little bit of a reprieve as far as the pain goes, but that has been tending to happen, like sort of coming on and off in terms of the pain. I just wanted to talk about coming on over here to, like, if you want to come over somewhere like the Philippines to find a date, maybe a relationship, because I've been watching some programs on catfishing, like with the internet dating scene, and I was thinking about sort of, it made me think about this analogy, which I'll go through. My analogy is, let's say for instance, a situation where your friend has invited you to a party, house party, or to a bar, restaurant. You know, your host, your friend who's invited you, they're already going to be busy. You know, they've invited everyone there, but let's say you don't know anyone else who's going to be going apart from the friend that's invited you, right? You invite another friend, or you contact, you know, let's say a mutual friend of that host, or let's just say you want to invite someone else to bring with you, because you don't want to turn up to the party not knowing anyone, yeah? So you want to set yourself up beforehand, right? Setting yourself up really saves you from making an effort to interact with anyone else. So with that dating scenario, what you've done is you set something up with someone that really you don't know, you've never met, you're only going to meet for the first time, and you don't know whether you are going to get on. Well, it just happens, right? You know, it's nobody's fault. The spark is that, you know, the sparks are not flying, yeah, and you know, it just happens, doesn't it? You know, either you get on with people or you don't. It's not necessarily to do with, oh, because of your personality or their personality. You know, it just works out that way, doesn't it? You know, some people you will get along with, some people you don't. That's just the way it is, right? I'm going to take advantage whilst I can with the camera working. It's not so much the camera that's having issues, it's more to do with my memory card. It's been playing up. Yesterday I tried to film, well I say I tried to, wasted like over an hour chatting away there and walking around when the camera didn't capture anything because of the memory card. So at the moment the camera and the gimbal seem to be behaving itself right now, which is why I want to take advantage of this moment to just talk about, yeah, that analogy, saving yourself, or saving oneself from making an effort and being already set up in a situation where you just don't need to make an effort. Now, what I wanted to say about coming over is that, yeah, all right, you might be set up. Well, first of all, I'd say a pitfall or disadvantage to that is that you feel like you just, that person will feel like they don't need to make an effort. Now, I'll go into why I'd say that is a disadvantage. But the other thing is, you know, if you've been on an internet date and you've never actually met that person, and you meet them for the first time in a country that you've never been before, what happens if you, firstly, sparks don't fly, you don't click, or you get into an argument, or whatever, right? And you know, it just ruins your mood, doesn't it? And you don't want to basically do anything else. You know, your mood's gone. Your mind and everything was all, you know, your heart was set on this one person, and it doesn't look like it's working out. Yeah. So that would be the clear disadvantage of that aspect of things. Now, why I say the disadvantage of not making an effort, let's say for instance you come over and you don't do any of that. I mean, you know, I'm not into that. You come over somewhere like here in the Philippines, and you come over here single and not knowing anyone, it's going to push you to make an effort. Now, whether or not you look to make an effort is really going to be down to you, because we all have to make efforts in everything that we want to do, right? And if, you know, but at least it will push you to, you know, by having something set up like that person there already, it's gonna veer you more towards not making an effort, because you don't need to, quite frankly. But if you are on your own and you come over here and you know, look to test the waters, and you let's put it this way, you got the opportunity, you know, all you have to do is make that effort, right? And so you know, going back to the situation of the scenario of the party that you go to and it's already set up. Now, what's wrong with going to that party, not knowing anyone? Well, get to know someone, or, you know, the people there, right? And you know, you find yourself probably having a better time, you know. But that was just my example on having things set up already. It's not about the internet dating scene so much, it's more about the pitfalls to them, you know, the disadvantages, you know, the big disadvantage that I see there. Now, already this morning, and I'm going to go around, I'm going to walk around. Obviously I prefer walking around outside, because, you know, it's quite depressing, isn't it? In a hospital, you know, I'm in the hospital now. I'm in the rehab centre, which basically is the physio department, and filming in the hospital. I thought I'd take this opportunity because yesterday, as I say, I wasted so much time because of that damn memory card, and I didn't capture anything. So whilst I can, I'm going to capture it, because obviously I haven't put a video out for quite some time now. I think it's easily been a couple of weeks now, and obviously that's not that's not very consistent, right? So I need to get something out, and no matter where I can film now, I think I'll just take the opportunity. But I do prefer to be out there, and you know, I talk about England here, and you know, people just, you know, don't want to know each other. You know, they're you know, they're too caught up thinking, you know, they're busy at work, they're busy, you know, with their day-to-day lives, and when it comes to their social life, they, you know, they want it, you know, so convenient. But then when it comes to actually socialising, and I've actually, you know, witnessed this for myself, I haven't had it done to me personally, because I know, you know, what it's like over there. But, you know, I've seen it where, you know, guys have approached, or people, you know, people that I'm with have tried to approach women in the bar, and they get shut down immediately. Instantly, right? And I can tell you about that in England. I think it's quite similar to, oh, hi Mark, how you doing? Right, it's time for my morning session now. My physio has come out to me to grab me, and so I think it's going to be all right now. I'm pretty sure it is been recording now for quite some time, so that memory card has managed to sort itself out and adjusted itself out now, so we'll be all right when we get back out there after my session, and we'll have a discussion over it. See you later. Just taking a picture with my friend here, the parking attendant. He did have a really good long goatee last time, but he shaved it off. He looked like a proper pirate with his bandana. Anyway, I'm going to give him some change like I promised. The guy works here, I mean, I see him here all the time, waving the cars through, doing the parking attendant. thingy, you know, making sure that people are parked properly and that the customers at the premises. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, take care, man. So here he is doing his guarding of the parking areas. Anyway, I just finished my session at the physios at the hospital. As you'll be able to see here, the traffic has started to build up and it is nice and busy here now. Going back to the subject, the matter in hand, is I think I want to get across the road, a little bit more pavement over there. Oh. So plenty of tricycles on this side, ready to take people locally around. So going back to the subject in hand, yeah, I mean, doing all this pre-arrangement stuff can, as I say, take away the effort. I'm not saying, you know, if someone's going to do that, they're not going to make the effort. So get around here, negotiate with the traffic. You're not saying that they're not going to make the effort. I'm just saying that it kind of takes away, it sort of limits the sort of need to actually make an effort. And the other thing it takes away is the spontaneity of it all. You know, you go out there and you're sort of freely floating around. You know, say for instance you haven't had anything pre-arranged. You know, going back to that analogy with, you know, having, you know, those pre-arranged friends that attend the party, is that, you know, you feel comfortable, and so you feel comfortable not to talk to anyone else but your friends that you do know at this party. Similarly, you come here, you got things lined up already. You know, you just want to walk around, keep things loose, you know, keep your options open as you're walking around and checking out the city, as if you're, you know, in the city, of course. As I say, yeah, it just takes away all that spontaneity. And even when you are sort of wandering around and hoping to meet, you know, new friends, you know, because it doesn't have to be meeting someone to go on a date with or something. It can equally just be friends to hang out with, right? And then, of course, later on, who knows? But that's what I mean about the spontaneity. Yeah, and I mean, you can just take a walk around, anywhere around, it's fine. just explore. Explore. You're somewhere else, you're in a different country, just walk around. This is the thing, and this could apply to if you're in a inner city as well. You don't have to spend big money on going to restaurants thinking, I need to go to a nice posh cafe to hang around with. And now I say that, actually, I've changed my mind. I think I'm going to double back on myself, because I think I'm going to go for a posh coffee. And there is one place in particular where I like to go and have my coffee. See, up till recently I wasn't really much of a coffee drinker, but I've seen some anecdotal stuff on coffee being good for helping lowering uric acid. Might be the case, it might not be, but hey, if it could do that, then what have I got to lose by drinking some coffee, whether or not it will. Hello.
Hi, welcome to my vlog.
Yeah, it might help lower down my uric acid, it might not, but hey, I get to go to a nice cafe and drink a posh coffee. What could possibly go wrong there? All I'm saying is if there's anywhere where you are able, you would have the ability to get to know folks out here, the locals. You know, this is the place. This really is the place for it. But like I say, I'll be interested to know of any romance stories born from, I'm going to cross over here, born from internet dating apps. It's only from what I see, what I know, but it usually is that case. You can't go to a bar, a pub or whatever in UK and start getting chatting with a stranger, a random girl. You just can't. You can't do that. Oh, squeeze, breathe in, breathe back out. Not only are you going to get shut down, but I've seen it plenty of times. Hi, how you doing? Hard at work on the old engine there. Next time, electric vehicle. No need to do. Cheers. Yeah, not only do you get shut down, I've seen this plenty of times. Hi, how you doing? Just some locals saying hi. Hi, nice to meet you. Oh. I think I'll try walking on some pavement here. Yeah, okay. I've seen it. Not once, not a few times, many times, where not only do the local girls there, and they are local girls, not only do the local girls there shut you down, I've seen them being quite aggressive, you know, in response, like not just defensive, being offensive. And it's like this, you know, from what I've seen instances where, yeah, it started name calling, hurling out insults. It's just some guys just trying to talk to some ladies, get to know some ladies. Hey, we're in a pub. Yeah, you'd think to yourself, yeah, if you want to be, you know, left alone that much, why don't you drink at home, sort of thing, you know what I mean, or in your back garden? I don't know. You know, it's almost like that, you know, when you see that. But I guess everyone likes to choose, don't they? Like, I'm talking about that kind of environment, because let's say, for instance, these girls aren't interested. I mean, they don't have to be insulting, right? I mean, that's downright rude. You can just chat. You know, what does it hurt to just chat? I mean, unless it's getting away with some targets that you want to sort of hit on yourself or be hit on, you know, while you're in that bar, right? And then it's sort of getting in your way. And then in that case, you can just sort of look like kindly say, you know, listen, we're okay. It's all good. Nice to meet you. You know, see you around. Maybe see you later. You know, the kind of tone that you'll use maybe for a salesperson or something. I don't know, right? But no, over here, that's what I'm saying. You know, something might come of it, you know, or it might not. At least there is that approachability factor there, because maybe the girl might not be interested, but they'll still talk to you. And if you don't make an effort in the first place, then absolutely nothing's going to happen. So you know, walk around with your head up, head down, or head up, or head straight, looking just directly towards you. No eye contact with any other human being. And that's it. That's the stance that you take when you're walking around. Unfortunately, that's the sort of stance that you got to take. I mean, I say, especially as a guy in England, to just not even bother to begin with, because not only are you going to get shut down, I mean, it's bad enough getting shut down, but to get insulted as well. Oh, that's not very nice. Oh. So, I thought everyone was friendly here. Well, I mean, you get good and, you know, bad everywhere, don't you? I guess it's the way it is. Well, it's very slow moving traffic, so I wonder if he wants to actually say anything to me. That's the best way, isn't it? If you want to convey any message, is actually say it to them in person, rather than sticking your middle finger up at someone because you're in a vehicle. and you're passing by. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps it's just me. Hi. How you doing? I don't know, middle fingers are rude in other countries, but I don't know. He didn't want to look at me there because he's actually stationary, sitting still in traffic. I think he was feeling that he would just pass in the vehicle and stick his middle finger up at me, but as he stopped there and to see if there's anything else he'd like to say which is rude. I don't know, man. I think he's probably going to give me the middle finger now the traffic's moving again. Well, I'll carry on walking up this road. It's alright, it's nice walking around here. How are you? Oh, there's our friend again. He's very shy now. So people, when they're passing in their vehicles, seem to be very brave. But when the traffic suddenly stops and they realise, oh, this guy is actually approaching me. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he was more embarrassed than anything else. But no, he was a local. But no, I laughed. I think I captured it. Well, my reaction was captured. But obviously I didn't have time to spin it around on him. But yeah, so I'm not sure if I explained this. So basically, as I was walking around just now, down the road, I was obviously walking down like as I was walking just now. The passenger in the taxi. Oh, I've just passed the cafe that I wanted to go to. No, actually, I carried on walking because I wanted to get to our friend there in the taxi. But anyway, as we were walking by, he's knocked on the glass and he stuck his middle finger up at me. So that's why I've walked so far past my destination, because the traffic was moving so slowly. I thought, hi, how you doing? No, that's better, isn't it? That's more friendly. That's more friendlier. But yeah, he stuck his middle finger up at me. I still waved to him. That was my reaction. I still waved to him. And then he turned his head around to not face me. So I thought, yeah, you might as well finish off what you're saying, because the traffic's moving very slowly. We can meet up again. I don't know, man. Do you want to stick your middle finger up at me again? That's why sort of like confrontation from afar, especially when you get all this keyboard warrior stuff going on. You know, when even more so obviously when you get that stuff. But you know, insults and confrontation from afar is a lot easier for people. I say it looked like he really didn't expect that the traffic was going to be slow moving, that I was able to catch up with the car. But yeah, I mean, you know, you shit good and bad everywhere, don't you? And I don't think that's reflective of anything. It certainly shows a character of an individual when they want to do things like that. Yeah. The thing about, you hear a lot of people talking about this, and it really is true. You could get 20 really nice people interact with you throughout the day, and it only takes one negative interaction, no matter how small it is, just one very, very small, like a nothing thing really, right? And then it just, it almost like cancels out those previous immediate, like really good positive interactions you had with those previous people. It's strange like that, it really is. I probably mentioned this just now, but that guy who stuck his middle finger up at me, he was a local. And surprising, I think that's the first rude. Now, just like with anything, if things are, just like in an actual fight, a physical fist fight, if it's like originated from something, like, I mean, like, I don't mean like, well, I mean, as opposed to someone just going up to someone random in the street and sucker punching them from behind the head. You know, that's like completely unprovoked, right? And the same thing with confrontations. You know, any confrontation is that if it's built up from something, because, you know, I behave shitty, you then behave shitty, and then it sort of spirals downhill from there. I get that, but like it's an unprovoked stuff. You know, I was just walking along innocently, chatting. You know, everyone knows what you're doing here when you're walking around and vlogging. I mean, probably don't hear it, but at least 5 times as I've walked down this stretch of road, I've heard people say, oh look, there's a vlogger. So people know what you're doing. And for just an unprovoked, how shall I call it? Well, unprovokingly having an insult hurled at them is quite disappointing. It really is. And I had how many really nice interactions there prior to that. As well, you see all those, you know, locals, just, you know, such a good vibe, you know, such a good vibe. That's why I like walking around here, is you get a good vibe around here with the locals. And for that one albeit small thing, yeah, you get an unprovokingly get insulted. So it only takes like one little thing to just mess it all up, really. Sometimes these things can be a bit of a slow burn as well, you know, because originally it was like, oh, I think I captured it. Oh, I didn't switch off my camera at any point. I was like, oh, that's not very nice, is it? That's not very polite. That was the initial reaction. But you should have seen his face. I didn't think about it, but I should have spun the camera to it. But by then he already turned his face around. He did not want to look at me. He really, like, if you imagine so if I just sort of set up the visuals for you, yeah, I'm walking along, the traffic is moving along very slowly and stopping along the way. Like it's slow moving stroke static traffic, right? So at that point, the taxi that this idiot was in was static, and I was able to, I mean, I'm not going to speed up, you know, I was walking just casually along like that, and you could even see as I approached, I waved to him again, and he waved back at me, and then he turned round because I went to say a couple of things. I can't remember now, it's all on tape, as us middle-aged old folks like to say. It's all on tape, it's all been recorded, it's all going to get uploaded onto YouTube. Oh. But yeah, you should, I was like, yeah, I can't remember what or even what I wanted to say to him, but yeah, you should have seen his face. He really did not want to look at me. And I can feel it spitting a little bit here. I hope it's a little bit of spit of rain and it's not someone from above like washing the window or something, and like the dirty water hitting on my face. I think it is a little bit drizzly. Yeah, I think so. I'm still kind of in doubt. I'm still questioning it at this point.